guy like Jamion Lewis, it's hard enough to get passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown once. He did it twice.
That's good. We like that. We like that a whole bunch. Again, you know, he was a former high school quarterback when we recruited him, so we knew he could throw the football a little bit, but he's vertically challenged, if you know what I mean. He's a little shorter than most of our quarterbacks. So, I mean, his quickness and his ability to catch the ball, we knew he was a playmaker in high school, and he's showing us that he's making those plays again.
I know he initially came in as a corner. I would imagine you were one of the ones fighting for him to be on the offensive side. Can you walk us through that decision process?
He came in and with the ability to play on both sides of the ball. We saw him play in high school. He was a quarterback. He's very versatile. He led his team to a state championship, so there's a lot of qualities there that you look for. And when the ball was in his hands, it was really exciting. And when you watch him, he's got a great change of direction and startup, so it's really good. We're really happy to have him on offense.
Does your heart jump in your throat when you call a trick play like that, or does it?
Well, anytime that happens, you kind of rolling the dice at times. You know?
Right.
It was a great execution by Jamion and Dak. You know, when Dak caught the ball, there was one guy still there. It was way back, and he made him miss and got in the end zone. It was a nice deal. It really was. They executed the play.
How do you evaluate the offensive line, especially with the amount of injuries that you had at that position? With the new guys that have come in,
they're doing good. We've had a lot of new names, a lot of new people in there, and they're doing a nice job. You know, it's hard when you're sticking in different people because we've had some injuries, but they've done a nice job. We just got to keep going.
I know you work a lot with the quarterbacks.
I hope so.
Kind of talk about where Dak's come in his first 2 years. I know that he's gotten a lot more comfortable in the pockets.
He really has. He's done a nice job throwing the ball. I mean, you know, he's making good reads. If you watch Dak, the ball comes out of his hand quick. He doesn't hold on to it long, which he has a gift for that. I think that's really good for him. The only thing that we've kind of been on him, ragging him a little bit, is about throwing the bubbles. You know, he's thrown a couple of them in the dirt, and a couple of them here, but you know, he's feeling better about them, and we're working them, so it's become better for him.
Dan talked a little bit about play calling today. How was the process between you and him, like in game?
Absolutely
when a
great.
play needs to be called?
Dan calls the play. He'll ask me. I'll tell him. And if he likes it, I mean, you know, it goes that way. And you know, the thing we've got to do is we've got to keep everything going for our kids. You know, and I've said this many times. We go in that meeting room and we go through it by every first down, third down, red zone, every situation. Our kids pretty much know what's going to come out. You know, I mean. It's a matter of execution. I mean, when you go back and you look at the beginning of the year compared to the end of the year, you know, one of the things that we mentioned to you guys was a large amount of MAs early in the year, and we've deleted those. You know, when you start deleting that, you're giving a chance for the play to develop and happen.
How do you get the wide receivers that aren't vertically challenged maybe more into the game, and how do they step up? You know, who needs to step up in your mind?
Well, they've done a good job. I mean, they really have. They're young guys stepping in. I think all of them have done a nice job. We just got to keep improving. We're getting in the meat of our schedule. I mean, we're starting to face some really good competition, and we need to, you know, it's about making plays. I wish I could tell you, you know, you put them in a position and you go out there, y'all know this. I mean, it's nothing crazy. You put them in a position to make plays, got to make plays.
Coach, how do you stay away from number 7 kicking you or pulling you down to the ground this weekend?
I mean, I trust my offensive line. They're going, you know what I'm saying, they're going to give them a hard time all game long, and we got some plays to help us out. And, you know, Big Gabe coming off offensive lineman of the week, he gets on him. I mean, he won't be able to do anything.
Is it not really a Lawrence Taylor type effect? I mean, you don't really need to like look around and see where he is. He lines up pretty much in the same spot.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, we know where he's going to be, and like I said, we got some things for him. So no, it's all in the game plan. Really.
The tight ends were kind of a big role of the offense last week. What was different that got them, allowed them, I guess, to contribute offensively?
I mean, it's just come all along. I mean, those guys are practicing. I guess it's me more getting to those reads, you know what I'm saying? Getting to them, seeing them open, and they made some big plays when it came their way.
Were they more the number 1 than usual this week, or I think it's the number 1 target, or?
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say there's a certain target each week or anything like that. It's like I said, the plays fell in their hands this week.
Jamion has caught, run for a touchdown twice in a game now. I mean, you okay if he owns that?
I mean, he's got it. He's dangerous, and he does the trifecta twice. So I mean, maybe he can get it another time.
What is it about him that makes him dangerous?
He's just shifty. He's quick. I mean, he's a football player. He's like one of those guys that plays backyard football out there, and everybody else is playing organized, and it's his way to play.
What have you seen from the South Carolina defense now that you've actually started looking at them in depth?
Well, they're aggressive. They got some big guys out there, and they're gonna play us tight, and you know what I'm saying. They're gonna try to make us beat them one-on-one with talent. We're ready for the matchup.
At times, the last couple games, the offense will look great for a few series, and then it kind of dies for a little while. What do you think's going wrong? What are the biggest problems to get it, good for a full game?
We just got to stay focused. Every play, every second, every time we step out on the field, we got to know we got to score a touchdown, and we got to put that pressure on ourselves and not hope the defense make a stop and try to win the game with the offense.
Roles of, they're critical members now. They're starters. They're getting playing time.
I mean, everybody getting used to it. Jamal, that was his first game playing or whatever, and he's adjusted to it and he's used to playing with us, and Dylan and Charles or whatever. So we feel comfortable with him, and whoever else in that spot.
How much is that help, Gabe? You see y'all in fall camp. I know Jamal wasn't in fall camp. You see Coach Everson mixing guys up, ones and twos. How much does that help when you get in that position where Jamal?
It helps a lot. Cause, I mean, you never know what might happen, who might go down. Just things happen or whatever. And I mean, just my redshirt freshman year playing, we had me, Tobias, Quentin Salisbury, and J.C. Brignone. We all rotated in and out. So I mean, it's good to have depth, someone to depend on.
How would you grade him?
Jamal. I didn't get to watch him on everything. I watched a few plays on him. But I mean, he did pretty good, especially for the first time playing as a true freshman.
How much does that have him already kind of being a step ahead of the game with the box?
It helps a lot. I mean, because as being a young player, you're not going to be just that well of a developed technician yet. But his power will make up, for it a lot. So once he gets everything down pat, he's going to be hard to stop.
How has Blaine, reacted or felt in the meeting room about facing Clowney, staring across from Clowney?
I mean, he take the same approach. It's a better player than he faced. And I mean, he's still confident. He's ready to go and just game plan for him a little different, but still the same approach to dominate him.